1. Which of the following best describes the primary responsibility of an able seaman on deck during cargo operations? A. Supervising the ship's engine maintenance. B. Ensuring safe loading and securing of cargo under officer supervision. C. Preparing food and provisions for the crew. D. Overseeing financial and administrative reports. 2. When mentoring new deckhands, which instructional technique best aligns with adult learning principles? A. Directly telling them what to do without explanation. B. Allowing hands-on experience followed by reflective discussion. C. Providing only written instructions. D. Ignoring errors to build confidence. 3. The most effective way for an able seaman to evaluate a trainee's understanding of safety procedures is to A. Conduct a written multiple-choice exam. B. Ask them to summarize safety manuals. C. Observe and assess their performance during drills. D. Let them review online materials independently. 4. According to international maritime regulations, which organization sets the minimum standards for able seaman certification? A. MARAD BIMO, International Maritime Organization. C. OSHA D. STCW, Standards of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping. 5. When developing a training plan for deck maintenance, an able seaman acting as a mentor should first A. List all available ship tools. B. Identify the learning goals and required competencies. C. Conduct the training without a plan. D. Assign tasks randomly. 6. Which of the following communication techniques is most effective during bridge watch handovers? A. Using technical jargon to impress officers. B. Providing a detailed and structured verbal briefing. C. Writing only partial notes. D. Omitting minor operational details. 7. An able seaman mentoring a new crew member on lifeboat launching procedures should emphasize A. Memorizing the manual. B. Understanding both the theory and physical practice. C. Watching others perform without participation. D. Ignoring simulation exercises. 8. When painting a ship's hull, which safety measure must the able seaman prioritize? A. Finishing the job quickly. B. Maintaining communication and using safety harnesses properly. C. Skipping PPE to improve movement. D. Avoiding teamwork for efficiency. 9. The best way to foster continuous improvement in deck operations among able seamen is to A. Encourage reflection and peer feedback. B. Enforce punishment for mistakes. C. Ignore feedback sessions. D. Maintain rigid procedures without updates. 10. Which of the following scenarios demonstrates compliance with MARPOL regulations by an able seaman? A. Disposing of garbage at sea if far from shore. B. Discharging oil only after officer approval and within designated zones. C. Dumping cleaning chemicals into the ocean. D. Burning plastic waste on deck. 11. What is the main goal of evaluation in maritime skill development? A. To criticize the learner's performance. B. To measure and improve competency and safety behavior. C. To promote competition among trainees. D. To identify who should be penalized. 12. Which tool is most appropriate for an able seaman to use during rigging operations? A. Torque wrench. B. Bosun's chair and marlinspike. C. Stethoscope. D. Electric multimeter. 13. When mentoring a trainee on mooring operations, the able seaman should first ensure the trainee can identify all ropes and lines by type and use. B. The trainee memorizes the mooring plan without observation. C. The trainee avoids participating. D. The officer handles all tasks. 14. Which element is essential in curriculum development for able seaman onboard training? A. Alignment with STCW competency standards. B. Exclusion of safety drills. C. Ignoring international guidelines. D. Focusing only on personal interest topics. 15. An able seaman demonstrates good situational awareness when A. Ignoring environmental changes, continuously monitoring the ship's surroundings for hazards, C. Delegating awareness to others, D. Reporting incidents after long delays. 16. To effectively communicate during emergencies, an able seaman must A. Use standardized commands and confirm understanding. B. Shout to be heard over all noise. C. Speak casually to maintain calmness. D. Use slang to speed communication. 17. A mentoring approach that empowers new deckhands to self-correct errors through guided reflection demonstrates A. Autocratic teaching, B. Experiential learning, C. Rote memorization, D. Passive instruction. 18. When conducting a safety toolbox talk, what should an able seaman focus on? A. Clear objectives, crew engagement, and verification of understanding. B. Delivering long lectures without feedback. C. Discussing unrelated ship topics. D. Limiting participation to officers only. 19. Which behavior shows regulatory compliance during confined space entry? A. Entering without a gas test. B. Obtaining a permit and monitoring oxygen levels continuously. C. Relying only on past experience. D. Skipping communication with the officer. 20. The able seaman's role in emergency drills primarily involves A. Passive observation, B. Active participation in execution of assigned duties, C. Only recording attendance, D. Delegating all roles to new crew. 21. During line handling, an able seaman can prevent injury by A. Standing inside the bight of a rope, B. Maintaining a safe distance and clear communication, C. Ignoring the tension in lines, D. Using damaged ropes to save time. 22. Adult learners benefit most when able seaman mentors A. Relate lessons to real-life maritime tasks, B. Use abstract theoretical examples, C. Avoid feedback, D. Provide no practice opportunities. 23. Which of the following actions upholds maritime safety culture? A. Reporting near misses and unsafe acts promptly, B. Ignoring small hazards, C. Concealing incidents to avoid paperwork, D. Skipping briefings to save time. 24. A trainee expresses difficulty understanding compass corrections. The able seaman mentor should A. Provide hands-on demonstrations with examples, B. Dismiss the question to maintain authority, C. Assign written reading only, D. Ignore further clarification. 25. To evaluate training effectiveness, an able seaman should A. Compare performance before and after instruction, B. Focus only on attendance, C. Ask for verbal praise, D. Skip follow-up checks. 26. Which of the following best defines seamanship? A. Knowledge and skill in safely handling a ship and its gear, B. Exclusive operation of electronic equipment, C. Ability to memorize manuals only, D. Command of the ship without training. 27. When maintaining watertight integrity, the able seaman must A. Keep doors and hatches open for ventilation, B. Secure closures and report any leakage or malfunction, C. Ignore missing gaskets, D. Delay inspection until next voyage. 28. Which factor is most important for effective mentoring on deck? A. Trust, patience, and open communication, B. Strict enforcement without feedback, C. Fast task completion regardless of safety, D. Competition among trainees. 29. The most effective way to manage cultural diversity among crew is to A. Encourage mutual respect and open dialogue, B. Ignore cultural differences, C. Enforce one communication style for all, D. Discourage interaction among mixed crews. 30. Which of the following best supports ongoing competency for able seamen? A. Participating in continuous refresher training and drills. B. Avoiding updates to standard procedures. C. Relying solely on experience. D. Limiting practice to emergencies. 31. When mentoring a new seafarer in helm orders, the able seaman should A. Allow them to practice under supervision and provide corrective feedback. B. Explain orders only once. C. Deny practice until exams. D. Let them steer unsupervised. 32. A ship inspection reveals rust on deck fittings. The able seaman should A. Report and begin surface preparation before painting. B. Ignore minor corrosion. C. Wait for the next port call. D. Leave it to the engineer. 33. The key ethical responsibility of an able seaman when observing unsafe acts is to A. Report immediately to the officer and stop unsafe work. B. Ignore unless directly affected. C. Wait for someone else to act. D. Only document privately. 34. When performing lookout duties at night, the able seaman should focus primarily on A. Using binoculars continuously without rest. B. Scanning the horizon slowly and regularly with naked eyes. Staring fixedly at one point for extended periods. D. Waiting for officer orders before observing surroundings. 35. During heavy weather, an able seaman ensures deck safety by A. Leaving loose gear unsecured for accessibility. B. Securing all movable items and maintaining three-point contact when moving. C. Working alone to minimize distractions. D. Ignoring safety lines to move faster. 36. When assisting in anchoring operations, the able seaman's key responsibility is to A. Stand near the anchor cable for a closer view. B. Follow officer commands and maintain safe distance from the cable under tension. C. Operate the windlass without supervision. D. Ignore communication during the process.